Men of today have it hard when it comes to attracting girls that they actually want. The dating world has become cutthroat. It is becoming a space where there's very little room for errors. One mistake with an attractive woman and you're out of the game. Because women today have an abundance of options, and thirsty men are just everywhere. All you have to do to understand the current dating dynamics is to check your social media feed on your own phone. When the average girl uploads a picture of her in yoga pants, 1,000 instant likes, 400 thirsty comments, 200 thirstier messages. But when the average man uploads one picture of him in a three-piece suit looking clean, 50 likes, 10 comments by his homeboys, 1 DM from his mom telling him he looks like his dad. Women obviously see the gap between the genders, so how do you expect a one to act and behave in such dynamics? If she's getting all the attention she wants and more, then the dating game will just too easy for her, and she won't need to even bother trying. All she has to do to get a man to date her is just scroll through the hundreds of matches and messages. She already knows she'll always find hundreds of guys who are ready to take her out. Absolute abundance. This means that you, as a man, have two options. You either just give and die single or learn how to be on top of your game. Either watch these girls on your IG feed and fantasize about them throughout your years, or become the best potential mate you can be to get some of that fantasy. Obviously, becoming a more attractive man and then attracting hot girls are no easy feats. But maybe you're willing to put in the work. Maybe you understand that being the man you've always wanted to be is just worth it. To help you figure out what you do and become to attract the girls you've always wanted, here are exactly 10 things you need to do. 1. Understand and utilize the power of attention. Men who are excellent with seduction understand the true impact of attention. They know how attention-driven women really are. All you have to do is look at how women act when they receive attention in social gatherings, social media, and clubs. They just thrive when they notice men looking at them thirstily. They become confident, entitled, and therefore extremely picky. Should we blame them? I don't think so. Wouldn't you have a problem containing your ego knowing half the girls are interested in banging your brains out? Pretty much. And that is the problem with most men. They cannot see past their desire and thirst to realize their own worth. A lot of men are willing to give away their attention completely for a woman to be kind enough to talk to them. These men cheapen their attention and self-respect. The same goes for the nice guys and beta orbiters. They're willing to shower women with love without holding back, making these women their queen. And then wonder why they're being treated like peasants and tossed aside for the bad boys who don't do even 20% of what the overly agreeable and accepting nice guys and orbiters do. Nice guys are quick to give their attention. Bad boys are scarce with their attention. Guess who the girls fall for? Exactly. So if you're willing to attract girls and want them to take you seriously, you need to take your attention seriously yourself. You must reward women who please you with your attention and remove it when they mistreat you. But knowing that is still not enough. Not all attention is equal. Attention from an average man working at McDonald's is not the same as getting attention from Orlando Bloom. If you're a man who has nothing to offer, then removing your attention won't get you anywhere. But if you're a man of value and you be and act in a way others can't, then your attention will obviously influence women's decision. This is something for you to think about. 2. Interact boldly and confidently with women. Confidence is the first quality women will judge when they meet you. Usually, it's not intentional. Because women are wired to see confidence in potential options. They innately know that, if you have some confidence and self-belief, then you have the ability to stand up for yourself when necessary. And if you already believe in yourself, what you do, and what you say, then will subconsciously come to the conclusion that you have the potential to protect and lead her, and whoever gets to be part of the family. Of course, none of this is actually considered during your first 10 seconds of interaction. She wouldn't be thinking, this man seems like a viable option to protect our new imaginary family. But her attraction switch will most likely flip if you initially do show confidence when you approach her. She can be intrigued enough to continue talking to you and start wondering what you're about. Are you really that confident? Do you carry yourself like a creeper high-value man? Are you just being friendly, or are you actually showing interest in me? Oh, you're asking for a date. Should I follow your lead and have a good time, or will it be a waste of my time? All these questions are subconscious thoughts a woman's mind will go through when they first interact with you. But that will never happen unless you present yourself as a confident man who goes for what he wants. You must be confident enough to approach her, and then continuing to stay congruent by maintaining authority in your tone and body language while expressing your intentions. 3. Embrace and show your authenticity with conviction. Authenticity is a vital trait to possess when it comes to creating and maintaining a compelling character. It shapes your personality to be more memorable and your conversations to be more impressionable. Authenticity is a necessary quality because women, especially hot women, are getting hit on all the time, and a breath of fresh air for them is always needed. And whether we like it or not, we live in an extremely competitive dating world where women get an abundance of male attention, so it's in your best interest to stand out in order to attract girls already in high demand. Now I cannot tell you how exactly to be an authentic person, since this is something only you can figure out. But I can safely tell you that it is worth exploring because, in a world where most men are afraid to be authentic, it's not that difficult to stand out. Most men say the same things to attract girls' attention and have the same kinds of dates to get to know them. Why do they do that? Because they're afraid to express themselves differently and get rejected for it. But women have seen it all. They are just bored with men saying and doing the same exact things. Until, let's say, you, an authentic person, decide to come forward with something different. It may be something about you that has to do with your appearance, approach, style, art, demeanor, or even speech. You just decide confidently approach a woman and show her something used to. And when she sees that aura, that special vibe about you, the way you express yourself, she'll respect how you are unapologetic about the way you behave, think, and speak. It is that level of self-acceptance and willingness to act as you please is what eventually pulls her in enough to figure out more about you. Obviously, figuring out more about you equals emotional investment. Emotional investment equals a longer-term bond. However, your polarizing character won't be for everyone. When you act or look differently from others, you won't be every woman's cup of tea. But you must know that when you do attract a girl because of your authenticity, she'll most likely want to stick around knowing she won't find another man like you. High quality, strong, and memorable romantic relationships are better than bland, forgettable, and temporary connections. So if you're not quite there yet with your authenticity, if you know you're just a carbon copy of other generic men, consider taking the time to experiment with your ideas, hobbies, style, and habits. And then, more importantly, embrace who you are and stay congruent. If you truly believe in what you do, you have to act and speak in a way that shows so. Don't cave into conventional ideas and behaviors just because you were told so or because it seems safer that way. Find that authentic self that resonates with you, and then choose to express it every day, unapologetically. 4. Engage with women's emotions and interactions. When you fully understand how emotions take over women's logic when it comes to attraction, you'll act and speak accordingly. Instead of treating dates like interviews to get to know each other, you could explore what she likes, is passionate about, and from there, take her through a little emotional ride in your conversation. Instead of exchanging typical information about where she lives, what she does, you could investigate why she does certain things and how she feels about them. Instead of talking the whole time during dates, something a lot of men do for women's approval, go a different route. Ask her thought-provoking questions to guide her into talking about herself and her emotions. Because women absolutely love talking about themselves, no matter how shy they make you believe they are. The key to an emotional bond is not actively trying to impress her and showing her how cool, strong, rich, helpful, kind you are. But it's leading her to feel something towards you, and encouraging her to open up, that develop a strong bond between you and her. And the only way you can do that is by actively listening to her. The more you ask emotionally provoking questions, the more she talks, and the more you listen. The more she talks, the more mentally and emotionally stimulated she gets, the better the chance she gets attracted to you. Too many men go for physical attraction immediately, and that's why they fail. Few understand that when you attract the mind first and physically escalate in the background, everything else will follow.